Okay, so everybody now, Facebook and Zoom people, as usual, lovely to see you all. If you have any injuries, if you're feeling sick or tired, you know the drill, you know your body's better than anyone else. Be kind to yourselves, be mindful. If anything starts to hurt or you feel like something's not quite right, just take a step back and take a drink of water, take a child's pose, do whatever you need to do, whatever feels good for you. Yesterday, someone asked me, I'm just going to cover a couple of things that were asked at the end of the class. Someone asked me, why do we do so much downward dog in the classes, in yoga classes? And actually, I did think that's a really good question. So, you know, most yoga teachers will put downward dog in their class. It's a very, very popular asana in yoga. You don't have to have it in your classes, but the reason that we do put them in the classes so often and pretty much every single class is because it's a real powerhouse asana. It's a real powerhouse pose. It energizes and rejuvenates the entire body. So when it's done correctly, you are stretching your hamstrings, your shoulders, your calves, your arches, your hands, and your spine. And you're also building strength in your shoulders, in your arms, and in your legs as well. I also had someone who had an inflamed shoulder rotator cuff yesterday. If you are back again today, please make sure, and this goes for all of you as well, and it's something that I sometimes do forget to say when I'm telling you what to do in downward dog. You want to make sure that you're rotating your shoulders, you're rotating your shoulders outwards in downward dog, so you're not drawing them in, you're kind of like doming the shoulders, you're rotating them out. So if you draw them in, that's when you're going to get an injury. So please, 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 sometimes I'm saying so many things in these classes, and because I can't see you, I'm not there to make sure that you're okay. So if you do have an inflamed shoulder rotator cuff, I can't remember who it was who had it, if it does start to hurt, just pull yourself out of the pose. But in down dog, the reason that you might be feeling that is because you're not rotating the shoulders outwards, you're kind of drawing them in. So always kind of doming the shoulders, rotating them outwards, and then you should be fine. Okay, so today, on that note, we are going to do shoulders because it was a really popular one yesterday. So we're going to get into opening up your shoulders. We're really, really going to work them nice and hard. Oh, what is the next? Shoulders. We are doing shoulders. So we're going to get nice and deep into our shoulders today. We're going to strengthen them. We're going to open them. We're going to stretch them out. And yeah, and as usual, if you have any comments or anything that you need to say, pop a comment in Facebook or on Zoom, and I'm going to try and look at them as we go along. Otherwise, I'll address everything at the end or tomorrow. I hope you're all having a lovely Easter weekend. We're going to start today on our knees. I know this is not a comfortable position for everyone. If this is not in your practice, if this doesn't feel good for you, that is fine. Feel free to take a seat. We are going to start here on our knees. You can pop a cushion underneath your knees if it hurts. Also, very warm today. I don't know about where you guys are, but where I am, it's really warm. So if you do want to grab a drink of water, go do that quickly. So you've got one next to you that you can sip throughout the class. I'm definitely going to be sipping on mine. So once you've found your comfortable seat, either on your knees or sitting down, we're just going to bring ourselves onto our mats. And just kind of give yourself a little wiggle, give those shoulders a little roll, really, really get into that kind of space. Just start that opening of the shoulders, maybe give your neck a little roll. Do whatever feels good. And we're just going to bring ourselves now onto our knees, on the mats. And you're just going to place your palms on your knees. Drop those shoulders down, close your eyes. And let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And just keep that breath flowing. Deep inhale, we're expanding our abdomen. We're filling our lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. And as we exhale, reversing the breath, draw the navel in towards the spine. And if I am being joined by any pregnant ladies today, please make sure you've got a cushion handy to pop underneath your head and shoulders and avoid all twists. Just wanted to add that in. And just focusing in on our breath now. And we're going to start to tune out all distractions and just tune into your breath. Allow that slow and steady rhythm to take over your mind and your body. Feel those shoulders dropping down away from the ears. Inhale, we draw up through the spine. So we feel ourselves grounding into the mat, but lengthening at the same time. Chest open. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears so you create space for the neck to grow long. Pay attention to your teeth. Make sure those back teeth are unlocked. The jaw is not clenched. Drop your tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe have your mouth open a little bit. You want that whole jaw area to be completely slack. No tension. And then unfurrow your brow. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the facial features. So we do tend to hold on to stress in really subtle ways. So just checking in, seeing what a difference it makes when your jaw is unlocked, your shoulders are down, your facial features soft. And let's take that imaginary broom and start to sweep the mind completely clear. Free of thoughts, free of worries. Visualizing our mind as a room that we're sweeping free of all furniture, dust, anything, whatever you see cluttering up that room, you want it completely empty. Only your breath flowing in and out. And in these times where maybe we're scared, we're frustrated, we're not sure what the future holds, it's really nice to have this time, our time, this 45 minutes just for you to focus on your breath, your body, your well-being. And I'm so thankful for this practice with all of you. Thankful that we have this time. And just very gently, we're going to, if you want to keep your eyes closed, you can. We're just going to start slow and subtle movements. You're going to start to arch your back, draw the shoulders back, push the chest forward. And then doming the shoulders, chin to chest, kind of like a cat-cow movement. Inhale. And exhale. And maybe you want to freestyle that movement a little bit. Maybe you want to use your hands to draw on your knees. Maybe you want to get your neck involved. Whatever it might be, just gently start to get some movement into the body, into the spine, into the shoulders. And really, really take those breaths nice and indulgent. And then very gently, you're going to reach your arms up towards the sky, interlace the fingers and just push up, drawing the shoulders down and pushing your hands away. Keep that neck nice and long. Really nice. Take those arms nice and wide. Draw your arms behind you, push that chest forward, draw your shoulders together at the back. Lovely. And then take your hands behind your head. You're going to bring your hands into a prayer position, and then we're going to bring the hands into the back of our head. So I'm going to show you from the side. The hands are in the back of your head, and you're almost kind of pushing your hands against your head. And you're just going to start to draw the elbows in. So rather than our arms being out to the side, kind of like we're doing a sexy pose, you're going to draw those elbows in and almost feel your hands pushing against the back of your head. And we're going to start again with that cat-cow movement. So we're just curving our spine, doming your shoulders. Keep those hands on the back of your head. Exhale, open the chest. And again, keeping those elbows drawn in. And again, keep that movement flowing. Keep those hands almost pushing on the back of your head, feeling that pressure. Nice slow movement of your spine. And keep that breath going in time with your movement. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. Really feeling that pressure on the back of your head. And exhale. Bring your arms down by your side. Just give yourself a little wiggle. Bring those hands in front of you and bring yourself into an all fours position on your mat. Stack those joints, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, into your tabletop position and just grounding down, pushing down into the outside of your palms, your little fingers, drawing down through your knees. And your options here, if you want to, you can keep your feet untucked and you can push down as though you're about to take off. Or if you want a little more, tuck those toes under, push into your toes and gently hover your knees so that you're just lifting them a few centimeters off the mat. Engage the core and hold here. Inhale. Exhale, really feel that stretch in the back of your calves. Feel your core engaging, feel those shoulders. This is a really good one for strengthening the shoulders and your core and your abs. Inhale. And you feel that strength in your glutes and your core and your shoulders. Keep that breath flowing. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees and just bring yourself back into your cat-cow movement. So drop that navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky, hollow out your lower back. And exhale, arching. And inhale, dipping that spine, gazing up into your cow pose. Exhale like a scared cat, dome the shoulders, really spreading them wide, crown of the head towards the floor. And if you want to get a little bit weird here, really start that movement again, getting at every nook and cranny in your body. Get that neck involved, get the arms involved, really whatever you want to do. Sit back on your heels, give yourself a little wiggle. Really nice movement here. Really, really get weird, get wild, get into whichever nook and cranny of your body you really need to. Maybe you want to come all the way forward into a cobra and then push back. Whatever feels good for you. Whatever feels nice for your body. Just waking up our limbs and our muscles and every single part of our body with this movement. Really lovely, guys. I really like seeing what everyone chooses to do. Looking good, everybody. Bring yourself back to center. Take a nice deep breath here. You're going to tuck that right foot under and we're just going to gently send that right foot behind us in a nice straight line. And then you're going to take that right foot and you're going to draw it in a straight line so it's in line with your left foot. And I always do this, so I'm about to kick my plant over. And then you're going to bring your right arm up into your gate pose. So make sure that that left knee and left wrist are in line, hips stacked on top of each other. Maybe you're happy here and maybe you want to go a little further. Reach that right arm above your head and lift the right leg, balancing here on the left hand side. Really nice. And maybe you want to go further still and you want to reach that right hand behind you, take hold of your right foot and give yourself a little stretch through the shoulders. kicking that right foot into your right hand. Gorgeous, lovely. Take a nice deep breath. 5, 4, keep that deep stretch, whichever version you're in, just hold there. 3, 2, and 1. Gently let go, bring yourself back into your all fours position, give yourself a little wiggle. Tuck that left foot under now and draw that left foot behind you. And then left foot in line with your right foot. Bring yourself up into your gate pose. So making sure that there's an equal distribution of weight between your right knee and your right wrist. Reach up with that left arm. And maybe you're happy here and maybe you want to take it a little further. Bring that left arm out in front and raise the left leg. Deep breath here. And maybe you want to get into your shoulder and bring that left foot behind. Take hold of it with your left hand and kick the left foot into your left hand so you're pulling back on that shoulder. Try and keep that neck nice and long. Focus on a still point so that you can keep your balance if you're choosing to take this one. Inhale here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Give me one more deep breath. And gently let go, bring yourself back into your all fours position. Bring your heels together, knees apart, and sit into your child's pose. Try and draw your bum back towards the end of the mat this time for your child's pose, reaching your arms out in front. You'll see why in a second. Drawing your forehead down towards the mat, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, looking straight ahead and draw your chest along the mat into your extended puppy pose. So reaching those sit bones up towards the sky, feet and knees parallel like train tracks. So this is a really lovely one for the shoulders. So you're reaching those arms out, stretching deep into our shoulders. And if you want to get even deeper, help on your fingertips so your hands look like little spiders. Really, really stretching out those shoulders, gazing straight ahead. Make sure your face is looking between your hands. Sit bones towards the sky, feeling that nice bend in the back. Inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Place those palms flat. Draw your chest the whole way along the mat and bring yourself into your Sphinx or your Cobra. So if you're taking Sphinx, you want your arms parallel like train tracks and you're on your forearms so you look like one of the statues in Egypt. If you want your Cobra, your hands bring a little bit further back and you're just going to lift up a little bit more so you're getting an even deeper stretch through the spine. Making sure that we're activating the lower half of our body here as well. So point those toes, feel that engagement all the way up to the lower back, the glutes, the bum, the thighs, and your knees will lift up off the mat. And you'll really, really feel a deeper stretch, a deeper engagement. Drop those shoulders down, opening your chest. Deep inhale here, and maybe you're happy in either your Sphinx or your Cobra, and maybe you want to take a couple of raises. So inhale, we're going to lower ourselves down. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to stay in your Cobra if you'd like to, and let's go for 3. Exhale. And maybe you want to take one with no hands. You probably won't get as far up, but it's quite nice to see. And make sure that you're keeping those feet pointed, engaging. Last time. And exhale. And drop your arms down on either side. Bring your left into the mat and gaze to the right. And then right ear to the mat and gaze to the left. So that's just a nice little way of just releasing our spines. And then gazing straight ahead. We're going to lift our chest, our neck, and our heads and our arms. So bringing our arms behind us. So maybe you're happy just lifting the top half of your body in your locust. Or maybe you want to go full locust and lift your feet as well so that you're balancing on those hip bones. If you are pregnant, please avoid this one. Just lifting up so you're stretching the shoulders and the spine. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, really reaching back with those arms, lifting the chest, lovely. Exhale. And inhale once more. Exhale, very gently bring yourself back down towards the mat. Drop your left ear to the mat and gaze to the right. And right ear to the mat and gaze to the left. Take a nice deep breath here. Bring your hands in front and you're going to push yourself all the way back into your extended puppy pose. So chest down on the mat, reaching your arms out in front. Sit bones up towards the sky. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to draw ourselves forward onto our forearms. So you're almost in a forearms kind of all fours position. And we're going to take it here up into our dolphin pose, which is kind of like downward dog, but a little bit more intense. It's a really, really deep shoulder opener. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to walk your feet in, straightening the legs as much as you can, staying on your forearms. Take a nice deep breath, draw that navel in towards the spine. So this is also the preparation for any forearm stance that you might do. And it's really good for building strength in your shoulders and your arms, and also stretching out the back of the hamstrings. And let's start to do a couple of little raises here. As we inhale, we raise up on the balls of our feet, lift those heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, try and keep those forearms parallel. Exhale. And remember, we're rotating the shoulders outwards, not drawing them in. Lift and lower. And once more, lift and lower and hold. And really breathe, rotating those shoulders outwards. And if at any point this hurts, just drop back down into your child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, last time. We're going to start to walk those feet out and bring ourselves into a forearm plank. Still rotating the shoulders outwards. Engage the core. Make sure the bum is in line with the rest of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Gorgeous. Exhale. Once more. And drop the knees. Heels together, knees apart. Bring yourself back into your child's pose. You've earned it. Take a nice deep breath in. And if you're sweating, well done. Me too. So don't worry. That was actually very hard. You're not imagining it. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. Gaze straight ahead. Push down through your palms. Tuck those toes under. Let's send our sit bones up towards the sky into our downward dog. And remembering what I said at the beginning of the class for your shoulders, to make sure that you don't get an injury, we're rotating the shoulders outwards. So you might feel like you get a little bend in the elbow when you do that, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, that's more than fine. That's lovely. And you're pushing into the outside of your palms, into your little fingers. So what we don't want is for our shoulders to collapse inwards. Your feet should be about hip width apart. And if you want to, give yourself a little bend in the knee. Don't put your pressure on yourself to straighten those legs. It's really not necessary. What's important here is your shoulders and your spine. Drawing that head between your arms, so you're gazing between your legs or your belly button, and draw the navel in. You want a straight line from your tailbone all the way down. So if you feel like when you straighten your legs, your back has a curve to it, that's absolutely fine to bend your knees. In fact, I encourage bent knees in downward dog. And if you can't get your heels on the mat, do not worry. Honestly, I have days where my heels are so far away from the mat and it's just fine. Take a nice deep breath here. And let's lift that right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Draw that right leg forward and bring yourself into a lunge position. So make sure that right ankle is underneath the right knee. Arms up in line with your ears. Drop those shoulders down. Tuck that tailbone under. Really nice. Sink into that front knee bend. We're going to bring ourselves straight forward into a balancing position. Pivot forward on that right standing leg and bring yourself into warrior three, body in a T shape. So I'm drawing my palms to heart center because I've got a wardrobe in front of me, but also feel free to stretch those arms out in front if you'd like to. And you can't even see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to bring myself back. So you want your body in a nice T shape. Bring that left leg out behind you. Standing strong on your right leg. Make sure that you're staring at a still spot. Take a nice deep inhale. Really, really nice. Just drop both hands down onto the mat if you can. Maybe bend that right knee. And you're just bringing yourself into your standing split. So standing split doesn't have to actually be a standing split. Just make sure that you're bringing that left leg out behind you. And then we're going to start to bend the knee and draw the left ankle towards, the left knee towards the right ankle. And then straighten. So both knees bend. And straighten. And 3. And straighten. And 2. And straighten. Gorgeous. And 1. And straighten and step that left foot back and bring yourself up into your warrior 2. That was very ungraceful of me, but hopefully yours will be more graceful. Right foot facing straight ahead, left foot turned out. Sit into that front knee bend, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale. And I'm going to turn around. As usual, I'm cutting my head off in the video. I'm very sorry. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, gently leaning forward. Turn that right palm up towards the sky and pivot back into your reverse warrior. And if you want to take a half bind, please feel free to bring that left arm all the way around to touch your right thigh. Inhale here. Sink into that front knee bend. Lovely. And then we're just going to unwrap our arms back to our warrior 2. And then reach both arms behind you. Interlink your fingers behind your back. And start to stretch them out behind you. Stretching those shoulders. And we're going to start to turn that right foot facing straight ahead, both legs nice and straight, and start to pivot forward, hinging at the hips, bringing yourself into a wide leg forward fold. And we're just going to bring our arms as far over our head as we can, stretching the shoulders, really open those shoulders. And deep inhale here. And exhale, really feel that stretch maybe on the back of your hamstrings. And also through your shoulders. Inhale. Trying to draw yourself as far down towards the mat as you can. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And let go of the hands, bring them down onto the mat. And gently start to walk yourself towards the front of the mat. Place your palms flat and step back into a plank position. Tuck that tailbone under, make sure your core is nice and engaged, draw those elbows in, and either push straight back up into your downward facing dog, or come down through your chaturanga, making sure you're nice and engaged. Push forward, upward facing dog, make sure the tops of the feet are down on the mat, and push back, downward facing. Remember to rotate those shoulders. Nice straight line from the tailbone down. Take a deep breath here. And gently take that left leg out behind you. 3-legged dog. Gorgeous, well done. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed between the hands. And then send that left leg all the way forward, knee to chest, plant the left foot. Grounding that left foot underneath your left knee. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed between the feet. And gently bring those arms up in line with your ears. Into a lunge, tuck that tailbone under, make sure you're nice and aligned. Breathe here, inhale. Sink into that front knee bend. Gorgeous, well done everybody. Make sure that your body's kind of sitting above your hips rather than leaning forward. Take a deep breath. Draw your palms to heart center and gently pivot forward. Lift up, lift up on your left leg and bring that right leg out behind you into your warrior 3. Try and straighten the leg if you can. Body in a T-shape. Finding still focus and hold. And maybe you want to reach those arms out in front if you've got the space. And gently start to drop those hands down onto the mat. And if you want to bend that front knee, then please feel free. Standing split. And then we're going to very gently start to draw that right knee towards the left ankle. And straighten. And again. And straighten. And let's go 4. Lovely. 3. Well done. 2. Stretch. And 1. Lovely. And then bring that right foot back, turn the right foot out, and bring yourself up into your warrior 2. Sit into that front knee bend. Gazing down those front fingertips, tuck that tailbone under. Inhale, pivot forward, turn that left palm facing up, and trickle the right fingers down the back of the right thigh. Left arm up and over, reverse warrior. And if you want to take your half bind, feel free to bring that right arm all the way around to touch the left thigh. Well done, everyone, looking good. Inhale. And exhale, sit into that front knee bend. Gorgeous. And take one more breath here. Gently unravel the arms back to your warrior two and draw both arms behind you. Really pulling down and stretching through the shoulders. Start to bring yourself into a deep shoulder stretch. Turn both feet facing forward, both legs straight, and start to bring yourself into that wide leg forward fold. Drawing your arms over your head. Crown of the head down towards the floor. Feel the pull on the back of your hamstrings. Feel that stretch deep into your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, hinging at the hips, bringing yourself further towards the mat. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more deep breath here. Gently let go of the fingers, bring your palms down onto the mat and start to gently heel toe the feet in just a little bit and turn your knees out. And you're just going to bring yourself up, bringing your palms together. So your legs are kind of in a box shape. And we're just going to very gently here start to come up onto our toes. And maybe you want to bring the arms above your head into a prayer pose, which you can't see me doing, but my hands are together in prayer. And if you want to now, we can gently go from one heel to the other. And try and keep those legs nice and low. In time with your breath, we'll raise one foot and then the other. One heel up, one heel down. Lovely. And give me 5. Lovely. Gorgeous. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. And then come back on both toes. Sit nice and deep and hold. And bring both hands down onto the mat. And you're just going to cross your arms like little spiders. Well done. And just feel that stretch there. Maybe you want to walk your hands out in front. Take a nice deep breath. Gently come back onto your heels. And just heel toe those feet back together a little bit more when you're going to bring yourself down into a yoga squat, into your malasana. Use your elbows just to push those knees apart and just gently sway. Lovely. Give yourself a nice deep breath here. Well done, everybody. I'm just going to switch them back this way. And you're just going to take your palms now and start to walk your hands back into your downward facing dog. Raise those sit bones up towards the sky. And then take a nice deep breath, bend the knees, gaze straight ahead, step, float or jump between your hands. And bring yourself into a seated position on your mats. Lovely, everybody, well done. Okay, just going to stretch out our shoulders from a seating position now. So we're going to start with with our eagle arm. So you're going to bring your right arm in front of you with your hand like it would be in a prayer pose. And then you're going to take your left arm underneath and start to wrap it. And maybe your wrap only comes to here, and maybe you can bring your palms fully together in prayer. And if you can bring your palms in prayer, I want you to try and lift those arms up so they're just above your head. Your hands are just above your head. And hold, inhale. Try and keep those sit bones even. Try and keep your hip bones nice and even. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, gently unwind the arms. Bring your arms out nice and wide and just twist the wrists, wriggle the fingers. And then let's draw our left hand in front of us like a prayer. And you're going to bring your right hand underneath. And just wrap the hands in the opposite direction. So if you can bring your palms together in prayer, lovely. bring them in front of your face. You might find one way is a little bit harder to wrap. And if you can, just start to lift those palms up. Really feel that stretch through the shoulders. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Give me one more breath here. Really feel that stretch in your shoulders. And gently unravel the arms. Bring your arms nice and wide and just start to rotate the wrists, wiggle the fingers. Drop your right hand behind you like a secondary spine and just bring your left arm across. So your left hand comes to the outside of your right knee. We're just going to give ourselves a little twist here. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, gazing over your right shoulder. Lifting up and gently pushing that knee away and twisting through the spine and the shoulders. So as I said, twists are really, really nice. They're good for the body. They compress our organs, so we squeeze out all those toxins, and then when we take a deep breath and just release that twist, bring ourselves back to center, you're letting fresh blood flow through the organs. Lovely, well done. Let's take the other side. Left hand behind, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, we sit up nice and tall. Exhale, push that knee away and gazing over that shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Really nice. Take another deep breath here. Really twist as deep as you can. So imagining that you're a dirty dishcloth and you're just being wrung out, wringing all that dirty water out. And when you release the twist, we're going to take a deep breath, bring ourselves back to center. You're allowing fresh water to just flow through your body. And bring yourself back to center. Lovely. We're going to take our cow face pose with our arms. So what we're going to do, this is another really good one for our shoulders. I'm going to show you from the back. We're going to inhale, raise your right arm up, and then drop that right palm down between your shoulder blades. And then take your left hand and draw it from underneath. So it's trying to meet the right hand. So if you have anything, a sock, if you've got a strap, that's lovely. A t-shirt, you can use it if you can't make your fingers touch, or you can just bring your hands onto your back, and with every exhale, we're just going to very gently start to walk the fingers closer together. Inhale and exhale, trying to draw them close with every exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. So this is really going to get into your left shoulder, this one. And inhale. And exhale. And deep breath here. And exhale. And just keeping that stretch, breathe into it. Take one more deep breath here. Gently release the arms. Bring your arms nice and wide and then bring them together at the front. Interlace the fingers. Drop your chin down onto your chest. Imagine you're hugging that giant beach ball. Dome the shoulders. Curve the spine. Inhale. So we're just countering that pose. And exhale. Just open those arms again. Drop both arms down by your side. Left arm. Inhale. We bring it up. Left hand comes down between your shoulder blades. Right arm now going up from underneath, and we're trying to meet those hands. So maybe one hand meets, and then on the other side you find it a little bit harder. And that's fine. Just work on that side that needs a little bit more work, just bringing them a little bit closer together. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, trying to wiggle those fingers so they're almost touching. And if they are touching, just trying to always bring our grip a little bit closer. I would love to be able to grab both wrists. That's my aim. Get that much shoulder flexibility. Deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Take a nice deep breath. Release that stretch. Bring your arms out nice and wide. And then dome the shoulders. Bring your fingers together. Imagine you're hugging that giant beach ball. Drop your chin to your chest and just bring the spine into a curve like a little moon. Inhale. And exhale. Take a nice deep breath, gently release that stretch. Bring your hands down by your side, bend the knees and plant the feet on the mat. We're going to take our shoulder bridge to finish it off. So bring your arms in line with your knees and just very slowly start to peel yourself back down onto the mat, one vertebra at a time. Rolling down, rolling, 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 unraveling. Bring yourself nice and flat on the mat. Head, neck, shoulders, spine, nice straight line. Arms down by your side. Plant the feet, drawing the feet down into the mat. Make sure feet and knees stay parallel like train tracks. So what we want to avoid is the knees falling open or the feet bowing out like little dancer's toes. The reason that we want them to stay parallel is you'll notice that when they are parallel, you feel that engagement in your glutes and your thighs, which is what we really want here. And we're building strength in that area. So it's all interlaced, that area. You want to build strength in the glutes and the thighs, which then helps your hips and your lower back stay nice and healthy. So we're gonna bring our palms down on either side of our hips, take a deep inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we're gonna start to roll those hips up towards the sky, peeling each vertebrae of your spine off the mat one by one, until you're up on your shoulders. You can walk your shoulders together underneath your back and interlace your fingers if you'd like. Make sure those feet and knees stay parallel, hips nice and high, and really feel that engagement in your buns, your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, all of that good stuff. Trying to engage and release your pelvic floor in time with your breath. And try and keep your neck free. Try not to have your neck kind of collapse down into your chest. And breathe here, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, bring your arms down by your side and very gently start to roll down onto the mat one vertebra at a time. Draw your knees into your chest and start to rock from side to side to massage your spine on the mat. Bring your arms out on either side and your legs are going to come into a tabletop position. So knees bent and float the calves and the feet. And then we're just going to drop both knees over to the left and gaze to the right. So you're feeling that twist from the base of your spine all the way up, that decompressing and compressing of the organs. And again, back to center, knees over to the right, gaze to the left. Really feel what I was talking about, that kind of feeling of being wrung out like a dirty dishcloth and allowing fresh water to flow through. Bring yourself back to center, knees all the way over to the left, gaze to the right. Keep them in that tabletop position as you twist and back to center. And all the way over to the right, gaze to the left. And back to center once more on each side, to the left and gaze to the right. Lovely. And back to center to the right and gaze to the left. Back to center and stretch those legs out. Reach those arms above your head. You should know the deal by now. Full body stretch, reaching from one side of the room to the other. Point the fingers, point the toes. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. This is your biggest stretch. It's your full body stretch. Put everything into this stretch. Imagine they're trying to add inches onto your body. They're pulling and you can't get away. I want tension everywhere, including your face. Screw those eyes up, nose, mouth, make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. It's okay if you look silly, you're the only one that can see. Really, really screw those faces up. And while you're putting all of this tension into your body, take every single bit of tension in your life. Everything that's annoying you, everything that's frustrating you, everything that's scaring you. Let's pour it all into this stretch. Build it up like a big explosion, and then we're going to let that explosion boom out of us, and we're just going to release all of that tension. So build it up, screwing that face up. You should have beady eyes, scrunched up little nose, really, really tight stretch. Draw those shoulders up towards your ears, double chins, whatever. Make the ugliest face you ever made in your life, and you can't get away. 5, 4, build it all up, everything that's annoying you. 3, 2, it's Easter weekend, we can't even go out and get drunk. 2.5. And 1, let go, and bring your arms down by your side, let your feet fall open. Melt down into the mat and breathe, inhale and exhale. This is your moment to take a drink of water, get a blanket or a jumper or a pair of socks, whatever you need to do. So your Shavasana, you can take however you'd like. If you have got quite a deep dip in your spine, then you're very welcome to take your Shavasana with bent knees and your feet flat, because that will drop your spine down onto the mat. You can also lay on your side and pop a cushion between your knees if you're pregnant, and please take that option. You can take reclined bound angle, so bringing your feet together like palms and your knees open as you lie on your back. You're also welcome to take it from a seated position, but in my opinion, Shavasana is best taken lying down. So bringing yourself down onto your mats. If you want to dim your lights as well, that's really lovely. And just bring your palms open at your side, close your eyes. Let those feet fall open, melt down into your mat. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. And we're going to start to bring ourselves back to where we were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts, no worries. Taking our imaginary broom and sweeping our mind completely clear. And as we clear our mind, we feel tension evaporating in all other parts of our bodies. Unlocking our jaw, unclenching the back teeth and dropping the tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. Unfurrowing your brow. Just drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, feeling them dropping and making your neck grow nice and long as they glide down your spine. Take our attention to our feet, allow them to fall open, each toe unraveling one by one. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs releasing tension, falling open as though someone has just let the batteries out of us. All the way up to the base of our spine and feeling each vertebrae melt down into the mat one by one. Sinking us into the earth, drawing us down. All the way up to our shoulders and feeling them melt deeper. Trickle down our spine, melting down into the mat like lava, becoming one with the ground. Feeling our shoulders drawing down away from our ears, allowing space for our neck to grow long. Arms lightweight at our side, palms open and each fingertip becoming limp, rolling open. Facial features soft and gentle, and head light, free of thoughts and worries. Softening the jaw, teeth unclenched. Releasing any tension we feel anywhere and allowing ourselves to melt down into the mat, into the earth. Completely grounded but feather light. And finally, we take our attention to our chest and our abdomen. Focusing in on that slow and steady rise and fall of your breath. Allowing the beat of your heart to slow. Maybe you can hear your heartbeat in time with your breath. Really focus on the rise and fall, gently slowing your body, allowing you to melt away, releasing tightness or tension. And as we get into this rhythm, we allow ourselves to have this time, just us, to breathe as we inhale and exhale. And gently start to wiggle those fingers and toes to draw awareness back into your bodies. Keeping your eyes closed, draw your knees in towards your chest and gently rock from side to side to release your spine on the mat. And bring yourself all the way over into a fetal position. And then in your own time, bring yourself to seated. Feel free to keep your eyes closed and your palms onto your knees. And take a nice deep inhale here through the nose. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And this time when we exhale, we're going to give ourselves a nice deep sigh and let everything go. Inhale. Exhale. And once more, inhale. And draw your palms together at your heart center. Thank you all, as usual, so much for practicing with me. Oh, I've lost my Facebook stream. At least it was at the end. It is, as usual, a wonderful pleasure to be able to practice with you. I hope I answered the questions that you guys asked yesterday, but if I didn't, feel free to drop me a message now and I'll try and answer them now. If you have any ideas of what you want to practice for the rest of the week, at the moment we've got twists, abs, and I can't remember what the other one was that someone wanted, more balance. So have a lovely Easter, everybody. I will be on 10:15 tomorrow and 7:30 tomorrow night for restorative. So feel free to join me then. Until then, namaste.